Let's go, guys. Let's pick it up. So, interesting thing is, this is automatic. There is no clutch. You see, there is no clutch at all. So, I'll have to figure it out, I guess. Oh, this is strange. This is really strange. Look how bent my leg is. This is so freaking low. I know it's a cruiser, guys. So nothing surprising again. But don't forget, I came on R6. So this is the point of everything. This is point of everything. Okay, we managed to get ourselves into the line. We have multiple modes again, because this is, you know, modern bike. So we have mode rain, user, rain, standard, and sport. So we'll start in rain. Oh, this is so strange. Oh my god, this is so strange. And I don't have clutch. I'm still looking for the clutch, man. Easy thing enough is it's so low, so you have no problem at all to actually pick it up. So look, this is how my legs are bent. This is when I stand up. It's so freaking different. I'm looking for the bag. Okay, got it. Oh, this is so different. Oh my god. Oh, I feel like a boss. I feel like a boss. Interesting thing is that Africa is more comfortable than this. It doesn't feel like leader bike. Really, it's so easy to maneuver into the corner. I was expecting to be heavier, harder to, you know, to go, but this is like nothing. And this DCT transmission, you don't have to shift. Okay, so a little bit about the Rebel we are recording. That's a good thing. So Honda Rebel 1100. This is a cruiser. Kind of like a retro modern cruiser, which kind of supersedes Honda Rebel 500, which is very famous for it lightweight, enough power, easier for the girls, for the guys, you know, very low. That's why it's so favorite. Easy to ride, easy to maintain. It's a Honda, so it's, you know, it's a really reliable bike, and you know, Honda is one of the top Japanese bikes out there. This is the third ride of today. I have been on CB1000R, which is a naked bike, 1 liter naked bike. Whoa, holy moly. Yeah, no problem at all, guys. Holy fuck. Woo! This is the bike which replaced pretty much, or upgrades, Honda 500 Rebel. And I gotta tell you, it's really easy to ride. But the wind, oh my god, the wind is not for cruising. You have to get wind chill on this. So there are quirks and features which really indicates this is retro bike. It has big round headlight at the front, put into modern area because you have this LED lights on it. You have this circle, small but pretty effective, you know, pretty effective mirrors. It doesn't lack power, for sure. And it's so smooth on shifting. I'm really surprised with this DCT transmission. That was hard. That kinda hurt. I went over this bump 3 times today. This was most brutal, I gotta tell. So seating wise position, you are on a cruiser, okay? So look at the legs, they are a little bit in front. So that's interesting position for me. The tank is fairly wide. I fit pretty much into the tank, so I don't have the problem at all. So it's good. The seat, I don't see any problem with the seat. It's really comfortable. Leaning is very good. It doesn't really go to lean. It's not hard to lean, but you have to work with it a little bit more than on the previous bikes. It's easy to lean, but you have to kind of like tell it like, okay, let's go lean. So I'm still looking for the clutch, which is not here, so that's the interesting part. You have multiple modes to look at on this very beautiful, roundy, small, very elegant, black backgrounded screen with the white letters and numbers. It's pretty easy to read, but I would say that is a lot of information on it. I would prefer to have less information because it's a cruiser. You don't need to have like all the time traction control and stuff like that. It's a cruiser. You just want to go and you just want to check for speeding. So I would kind of like cut this part away just to leave the RPM and the speedo on it, which is, you know, the most important thing. I feel like a boss on it. I gotta tell you that it's so incredible to sit on the cruiser. I've never been on a cruiser. This is so freaking awesome. Oh, King Julian, you've been on 500. You have to try 1100. You have to try 1100. This is incredible. I've never been on 500 Rebel, but I just don't want to go on 500. It doesn't need to be necessary to go on 500. It's pretty hard and stiff, I gotta say. I was expecting to be cruiser a little bit more settled and a little bit more squishy, but it might be with the settings. But I think this is old forks. You don't have electric forks, so there is no adjustment via modes. Let's go to sport. Oh yeah. You could see that it downshifts. Once you go to sport mode, it downshifts because it is looking intentionally on those. Holy moly! Oh, it goes! Holy! And then just the fifth gear. Woo! The sport mode is something different. I gotta tell you that. In the sport mode, once it is, you know, automatic transmission, it looks for the better RPM, for the better torque. If I remember correctly, this has 85 horsepower and 98 newton meters of torque, which is, you know, 85 horsepower for the cruiser. Oh, thank you very much. I take that. This is fairly easy to stop, not in Africa. When I stopped on the Africa, I was kind of falling down. Read the oh, Jesus, that's really big. I was falling a lot of times, so I'm looking for the pegs, I cannot find them. So that's one thing I have to get used to, the pegs, because they are so far front. I'm not really used to this. I cannot really find the pegs. Look, airplane. Did I tell you that I'm a pilot, like free-time pilot? I didn't, right? Never mind. So yeah, guys, this is my third ride of today. You know, it goes on the third gear up to 6,000 and it's still in the third gear. So if you go to the user, which is defined, if you go to standard, you can see that it went to 6,000 in the third gear. Now we are on the fourth and fifth gear, actually. So the standard mode and the sport mode, we are in 6 because we are cruising. So you can see it actually actively thinks and is looking for the right gear for you. So for guys out there who are kind of like, I don't know, lazy to use the clutch and to get into shift by themselves, you don't have to. You can find Honda with the automatic transmission. This guy is fairly slow. Yeah, leaning takes quite an effort. Once you're leaned, it's very stable and it just do what you want, but you have to get it to lean. It's an inline 2-cylinder, as far as I know. Automatic transmission, as I said. 4 different mappings, which you have available. 1 adjustable, 3 preset out, rain, standard, and sport. So that's why we are missing the shifter as well on this side. Interesting fact, or fun fact about Honda Rebel. If you take a look here, that's a Ducati. If you take a look here in like a cockpit, you can see there's a lot of things on the right side which cannot light up when you use them or where something is wrong. So it's kind of like really nicely put with a background, so you don't see that one until you need it. And if you look, you don't see any key because the key is here. That's an interesting thing, that the key is on the side. So if you are used to different bikes, you would be looking for the key somewhere here, and the key is not just there. Easy to maneuver at a low speed. I feel very confident on the Rebel, much more confident than on Africa. It gives me this kind of feeling that I have it under control. It's probably because of that ground clearance, that I have more control about the weight of the bike, and I don't feel kind of like scared or something, like once I stop. Oh, I found the pegs not the first time. I feel a little bit silly and like an idiot with the knee sliders on the cruiser because I'm almost in my full gear. In the last video I was talking about my RST boots, and I don't have RST boots now. I have TCX boots, which are kind of like urban city street riding boots, like more like a shoes, I would say, because I didn't know what I'm gonna feel on the cruiser and, you know, off-road Africa and stuff. So that's why I didn't take the boots. So I have shoes instead. So other than that, I have my full gear. So the knee sliders, I don't want to adjust them again, so I just let them be on its place. So I feel like an idiot on the cruiser with the knee sliders. So wind is a little bit distracting. I would really use some windshield. You know what is interesting? the gas tank is moving. Look, you see that? I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but gas tank is moving. Look, you see? That's interesting, because I was like looking at the speedo and I saw that the gas tank is moving. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but if yes, that's an interesting feature. As a new owner, I would say like something is broken. Something's wrong with my Rebel. The shifting, it's so easy to ride, man. So I'm kind of a little bit leaned over, you know. I would be, if I want to be like straight up, I would have to be like this. This is straight up, so like 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, a little bit front, I would say. It's a little bit sporty. I don't know if I can use sporty with the Rebel, but I just used it, so deal with it. But I love the Cruiser. I love the style. It's like it has these quirks and features. It has these small things which are telling you this is classic old style put into modern era for the Cruiser. You have the LED lights, as I said. You have this really nice fairings on. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. It was cherry on the top for me, and I was so looking forward to the Rebel. Okay, let's go to the Sport. Oh, did you see that? Look, Sport, standard. We are standard, so 3rd gear, 4th gear, 5th gear. 5th gear in the city, 6th gear. 50 kilometers per hour, 6th gear. You go down for the, you go up actually for the Sport, and you go all the way to 3rd. We came to 4th. But it goes all the way to 3rd in the city. It's much easier to set up on this than on the Africa, but yeah, why not? I like it. What about the brakes? Yep, pretty good. I like the brakes. They are sensitive, but not too much. You don't have to get used to the brakes. They're kind of like a fresh out of the box, but exactly at the point where you need them. Like they can be grippy, they can be aggressive where you need them, but when you want to just slow down a little bit, that's all you need. That's all you need. That's one finger. That's all you need. It downshifts very aggressively on the Sport while you're braking. So for example, when you compare Africa, I feel vibrating. I feel vibrating pretty much. On Africa, it didn't vibrate that much. So I feel it through my feet mostly. It's fairly easy to swerve. I like that. Rear brake. Oh, rear brake is really good. I like the rear brake. It's vibrating pretty a lot. I don't know what it does on the higher RPM when you cruise like on the highway, if it's like distracting, but I feel it through the feet. I like the sound. I like the sound. It's a grumpy, deep, low grunt, exactly as it is supposed to be. Interesting thing is that you actually go from neutral to drive with this button, and on the left hand side of this button you have RM, which is a possibility to shift by yourself. Yes, it's an automatic transmission, but that doesn't mean that you cannot shift. So you can go to a sequential transmission. So if you go to sequential transmission, you can shift down, up. You press this and you have this drive at the bottom in the right corner, and you have minus in here as your thumb is, and you have plus on the other side where my finger is. So that's a plus, this is the minus, and that's how you can shift, which is, you know, when you are sick of automatic transmission and you just want to change it, it will allows you to change by yourself. I don't know how much, like what does it do with the, you know, higher RPM, and what does it do when you go to the limiter. And I don't think we're gonna try that because we are so freaking slow. This is fairly easy. Yeah, the grunt is awesome. Okay, sorry, you can listen to it. Oh, this is so cool. This is easy. I don't know why my knees are going out all the time. I just have to squish it in, and it's not really, you know, natural. My feet are naturally going out, which is strange at some point. I don't have to shift, guys. That's awesome. So you can take a look at this. You have this big exhaust, which is like 2-1-2. So 2 pipes are coming into one, and from one is coming into the 2. You have one brake disc at the front with the 4 piston caliper. Look how beautiful it is. 1100. It is. There's the key. Wow. It's so beautiful. I love it. Look at that. Look at it. This is awesome. So 3rd gear in the city. Once I change it to the standard, in the standard it's not aggressive at all. You see, it just took this corner on a 3rd gear, which I was expecting to have it in a second. And once we are cruising, we will come to the 5th, I guess, at some point. Yep, I was right, 5th, 6th. So standard mode, we are doing 2000 RPM, and we are having a standard mode. Very easy to ride, very friendly, whole personality. It gives you that grown up, you know, mature grunt. But the response of the bike is not to slap you in the face. It kind of works with you. So yeah, I'm very surprised. It's very gentle if you want to, and it will be very aggressive if you want to. So it has multiple personalities. The sport and standard mode, they're so different. They're a totally different bike at that point once you switch to different mode. This was easy. Easy. And this was 4th gear. In a second, that would be a rocket ship. Yeah, you can feel that. 85 horsepower is so enough for this bike. This is so awesome. I love it. Yeah, yo, that's me. Yo, I can see myself in the gas tank. I know that was silly. Anyway, I'm having great time, guys. I'm having really great time. This is so incredible to be able to try 3 different bikes from Honda in one day, and so different types of bikes, you know, the cruiser, the off-road, the hyper super duper naked bike. It's so strange at some point to go through this matter of couple of hours, but to be able to ride with these guys, they're awesome. Once we stop riding and we are at the, you know, at the parking lot with everybody, and we have, you know, time for the coffee and drink, they're so awesome. We share so many, you know, stories and experiences. It's so awesome. And we're gonna have pictures. Whee! Unfortunately, the guy on Goldwing is not really a racer, but we are doing fairly enough speed right now. It is so comfortable. That wind, yeah, the wind is not the greatest thing. On the Africa, it was the best one regarding the wind, and didn't have even the taller windshield. But this, the style, the feeling, the principle, the personality, the grunt, the power, the comfortness. Oh my god, it has everything. Hell yeah, this is piece of art. I really love it. I'm gonna have a cruiser one day. I'm telling you that now. Okay, June 2021, I'm gonna have a cruiser in the future. I'm gonna have R6. Of course I'm gonna have R6 or R1. I have to have super sport, you know? That's something which I like and love, but honestly you cannot cruise on superbike.
To jsem zvědavý.